Genesis 6, 8 through 12. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. If you watch this video, please click like and subscribe or follow and share the video with someone else. Save it to favorites, watch it again, repost it, and feel free to make comments. Now, one person among all of those untold thousands or even millions found grace, favor in the eyes of God. That was Noah. He would believe and he would obey, so God chose him for the task at hand. Noah, apparently, from reading verse 9, did not have any of the taint of the fallen sons of God in his lineage, as he was perfect in his generations. This would not necessarily be true of his wife, whomever she was, so genetic corruption would come through his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth is corrupt and filled with violence, and this corruption affected all created life. We can only imagine what the offspring of the fallen sons of God and human women look like, and, based on myths and stories, we can perhaps assume that this corruption didn't end with giant men, great heroes of myth. Mythologies also contain hybrid animals called chimera, and human-animal hybrids that may have, and this is pure speculation, originated in this corruption. And there's a current evolutionary trend believing that human beings may be the result of random matings between pigs and chimps. Yeah, believe it or not, that's a current evolutionary theory. You can read it on macroevolution.net. Anyway, we are only now starting to come to the point where knowledge has increased, allowing us to consider forming these creatures in our own scientific laboratories. This also may be the reason why there is in a few verses, long before the law given to Moses was put in force, listing clean and unclean animals, a distinction between clean and unclean animals. The Bible doesn't give much detail here, perhaps because we're not to focus on this, but it's interesting to speculate when one considers the talk in the scientific community about what man is able and will be able to accomplish. We are living in a world of men that parallels quite often the pre-flood world of Noah. A capacity for violence, even extreme violence, is one of the primary characteristics of mankind. In the last 4,000 years, there have been very, very few without war. But in the last century, from the time that World War I, the Great War, began in 1914, and until Germany paid the last of its forced reparations in 2010 from that war, mankind has slaughtered 100 million of his own kind and made homeless refugees of tens of millions more. We have the technological capacity to wipe out civilization as we know it. Would not God's judgment then on this world, as laid out in Revelation, be perfectly justified considering how much we are like the pre-flood world? So we'll stop there and pick it up in verse 13 next. Now, I hope that you would open your Bible today, let God speak to you through his word, that you would separately study the Bible, cross-referencing the verses, that before you do either one, you'd pray to God for wisdom and understanding, and then share your interpretation with someone else. Now, you can purchase my comments on Amazon in Kindle or paperback form. You can read my blog. I'll post the links below. But as I said before, if you watch this video, please feel free to make comments. Certainly you have something to say, something to add. What do you think about what I said? What do you think about the passage in Genesis I read? Thank you for watching.